Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Reva Lewis. I'm an artist and illustrator, and I want to welcome you guys to my art channel, Odd Humans. So, in this video today, I want to talk a little bit about my process for this illustration, and I also want to touch a little bit on a subject that's been really bothering me as an artist, and something that may be bothering you guys as artists as well. But for now, I'm going to jump back into this video. So, as you saw, I inserted a few thumbnails of the beginning process sketch phase for this illustration. And I did that not only because I want you guys to see the ugly phase, and which I didn't record. I wanted you to see the step-by-step process, for the most part, of how an illustration or how a drawing, how an idea turns into something a little bit more complex and completed. And I did this because I know how daunting it can be as an artist to see a completely finished piece, especially as a young artist, to see a completely finished piece and feel like, how am I going to get my work to that point? So it starts off really ugly, as you saw, but it's all about taking small steps to get to a bigger idea, if that makes any sense. It's all really just referencing and redrawing and trying to refine stuff, really. But back into this video. So honestly, I think this is probably my favorite piece that I've done so far. And honestly, I haven't completed that many pieces because I have a huge problem with jumping from one idea to the next, especially when I'm super excited about stuff, because I have a bunch of ideas at a time, and then I start those ideas, and then I get really excited about new ideas that I have, and I start those ideas, and I forget about the old ideas, but whatever. That's a whole different subject. Back to this thing. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorite pieces, mostly because, not necessarily because of the subject matter, mostly because I feel like I finally got the level of detail in this piece that I've been wanting. And I was able to do that because, well, I took my time with it. And also, this is an extremely large canvas, so I had no other choice but to put tons of details. Otherwise, it was just going to be like a whole bunch of black, and like, you know, it could look really what's the word I'm looking for? Simple. Man, I should have been able to get that, but it could look really simple. I've been wanting all of my work to look really complex lately, to get to a more realistic type of ink work, and so that's what I've been trying to push myself towards with this kind of thing. And I really actually feel like I did a pretty decent job. This is probably my favorite raven that I've ever drawn, and I've drawn several ravens. They're like my favorite thing to draw, probably. But as far as the inking process of this goes, I had a whole bunch of trouble in the initial part of this, because it's been so long since I have actually inked a raven, because like I said, I love they're probably my favorite things to draw, and I drew them way too much in the past. So I decided to my voice is cracking. So I decided to stop drawing those, and, you know, kind of get out of my comfort zone and draw other different things. So I left the birds alone for the most part, and now I'm coming back to them because they're fun to draw, and my voice is still cracking. Okay, I think it's a little bit better now, but I was honestly I was trying things. Every new piece for me is a new technique as far as inking goes, because I don't feel like I ink anything the same at all, ever. And it kind of bothers me a little bit, but not really in a sense, because I know that I'm always trying to like better myself as an inker, as an artist, as an illustrator. So I'm always trying to like push it and see what's going to look better, what's going to look best as far as, you know, line art and stuff like this. And I like the outcome. I think that there are a few things within this piece that I could have changed, a few things that I could have worked on a lot better. This crown, for one thing, would probably be the most difficult part of this entire piece. I had trouble entirely in the drawing phase and in the initial sketching phase, and I wanted to go back and redraw it, but I just didn't feel like it in the end. So it looks the way it does. I mean, I could have done it better, but I think I did a pretty decent job for my first crown. So that just means I need to go and practice drawing more crowns, unfortunately. But no, overall it was a fun piece. Also, I really like the skull. I really like how the skull came out. This is probably my favorite skull too. Like, I can never get a skull to look realistic enough. So overall, this drawing, I just, you know, I in general just like the drawing. I like the outcome. I took my time with it. I put in lots of detail, lots of effort. And I think it shows in the final results. I had a whole bunch of trouble with these crosses too, and hopefully no one says anything about that, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. And these were probably just the crown and the bird were the most challenging subjects. So it's something that I need to work on a little bit more in future pieces and see how much better I can get. But the overall idea of this came from the idea that society loves to consume expensive, you know, objects and think that that's going to think that you can like take that with you. Like it's too important is what I'm trying to say. It's material objects have become too important, and I wanted to kind of show like you really can't, you know, when you die, you just die and it's just there, you know. You can't take this with you. It shouldn't be as important as you're making it out to be, and hopefully the concept comes through. I don't know, but I like the drawing. So but other than this, I think that's pretty much all I had to say about the image. I think that's all I had to say about the image. If I see anything else, because I'm watching this as well, if I see anything else, then I'll point it out. But otherwise, I'm going to talk a little bit about self-doubt, which is something that's been plaguing me pretty much my entire life. I'm not even just going to say entire artistic life. It's been plaguing me my entire life. Just self-doubting myself. That made no sense. Just doubting myself constantly as an artist, and it's been reoccurring lately because I've been feeling like I've been being impatient and feeling like I'm not close enough to where I want to be in life, or further along as an artist, you know, feeling like I should be at this point with all these other artists and they're making money and they're getting tons of gigs and doing freelance stuff like that. And the truth is, I haven't done enough. I have not done enough. When I was drawing, I was never drawing enough. And even still, I don't feel like I'm drawing enough, but I'm working on it. I need to start keeping my sketchbook more, drawing more regularly, posting more regularly, here and on my other social media channels. And I'm just now starting to really get into that this year. And even still, I haven't been like super consistent. I haven't been like one post every 2 weeks or something like that, but it hasn't been like a set schedule. So how can I feel like I should be somewhere as an artist when I haven't done enough, when I haven't put myself out there enough? Honestly, I need to like email people and probably stalk some people, not stalk people, probably just kind of like push the idea that I'm ready to work. And also I need to actually finish pieces. Like this isn't even finished. I mean, I did like a colored version of this piece, but I didn't like it. So I'm keeping it black and white for the time being. And I may go back and revise the color of it. But I don't know. I need to do more finished pieces because, like I said earlier, I start a lot of different projects and get excited about new projects and start those and never finish the old ones. And so that's been a huge issue with me, but it's something that I'm working on, something that I'm going to work on even harder, trying to finish everything. I think I just get a little bored too quickly with especially if I get bored with something. It's not going to happen at all. But yeah, I've been really doubting myself. I feel like I'm good enough to be a professional artist. Maybe I'm not organized enough and I don't put myself out there enough. I don't actually work hard enough, try hard enough. Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to seriously analyze myself because I want to be a professional artist, and you just can't when you're being a lazy bum who's only half-assing everything that they're doing. And so, something's got to give with me. And if you guys are doing the same thing, then you can't want to be a professional. Say you want to be a professional artist, and you're only half-assing it. I mean, I have seen tons of artists that I follow and that I love. They work extremely hard. They produce pieces like crazy, and I just wonder, like, how do you have that kind of turnaround time? Because they draw so much. They have drawn so much in the past, and they're probably older too. So if you're a young artist, you shouldn't like be upset or like feel down about yourself altogether, because you're still learning. You're still learning as a young artist. You're still growing. You still have time, And even if you're an older artist, you still have time. It takes time and patience and practice. And hopefully I'm going to see, I'm not going to say this year, I don't know. I don't want to push anything, but see some better results as far as being an artist goes. So this tree was, sorry, let me get off that subject for a little bit, but this is purposely the most detail that I've put into a drawing, including this tree. There's an illustrator that I love who's probably one of my favorite artists. His name is Ken Taylor. He's a fantastic illustrator. He puts so much detail into his work. And that is where I get my drive to put. Now, this isn't nearly as much, nowhere near as much detail he put in his work. I don't think I have the patience for that, to be perfectly honest. I may get more detailed than this in the future, but nothing as detailed as he does. But I'm really proud of myself for how much effort I put into this piece. And it shows because I really like the end result, and it's rare that I actually like any of my work. And I know I'm not the only artist who does that, because we're all kind of crazy. But yeah. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the whole inking part of this. Like I said, everything was pretty much trial and error. Everything that I do, I'm trying for the first time. And I was super inspired by certain individuals to try and do things to this level. And it's working out for me. So I'm going to try to do more stuff on this level or beyond. Every piece should be, you should want every piece to be better than your last piece. At least that's what I've heard, and that's what I believe my own self. So everything that I do from now on, I want to be better than this piece, and this is my favorite piece. So I am going to do a little bit of coloring. You're going to see some coloring. Didn't quite like the end result. I preferred the black and white image, but like I said, I may go back and recolor it. I just kind of threw down some quick colors. It came out looking pretty decent. And, you know, you'll have your own opinion about it, so on and so forth. Some people may like the color version more. Some people may like the black and white version more. But either way, you know, what's done is done. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the process. But if you guys are self-doubting yourselves, like I know many of you are, because trust me, I'm one of you. I'm 25. I've just turned 20. I haven't just turned 25. I turned 25 in December last year, but I still consider myself a young artist. I still consider myself a growing artist. I'm learning just like the rest of you guys, and I'm trying really hard to be a professional artist. And if I can teach anyone or show any of you guys out there anything helpful, or anything that can kind of push you in the right direction, then that's what I'm going to do, because I'm still figuring out how I want to work this whole channel thing, this whole YouTube channel thing. I'm trying to figure it out, how I want it to go, but I know I want to show you guys my process, because I wish I had that when I was like initially learning. It's just now that I'm like really getting into YouTube, and you got Skillshare and stuff like that now, so you can pretty much see everybody's process for everything. You can learn anything online, honest to goodness. But if I can teach anybody anything, then hopefully you can get it from these videos. If you guys have any tips for me, then you can leave them down below, and I'll read them and, you know, see if I can incorporate that into my videos. And hopefully I didn't talk too much. Hopefully I didn't ramble on, because I know that this kind of hurts my throat talking. I don't talk a lot, so yeah, I have to pause quite often in order to get out full sentences. And that may seem strange, but well, that's just me. So I think that is pretty much all I had to say in this video. So I'm going to leave you guys to watch the rest of the inking and the rest of the coloring. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Also, if you guys could give me a little feedback on like how long you want these videos to be, because the entire process of completing the inks and the colors and stuff is literally hours long. But I don't want to bore anybody to death by making, you know, 40-minute long video. I personally like long videos, but I only like them when like the artist is talking about them. I don't like to just listen to music and watch the screen for 40 minutes. That's no. But if you guys could give me a little bit of feedback on that, that would be awesome. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
Little.
So that is pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like or a comment down below, and definitely subscribe if you want to see any future videos. All my links to my social media will be down in the description below, and I want to thank you guys for watching.